Hey guys, meteorologist Carson Vickroy here, and I've got good news. We're launching a new vlog. It's called Running Free in the 903. I know a lot of people know me as your weekday morning weather guy. You can catch me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday on the mornings on KETK from 5 to 7 and Fox 51 from 7 to 9. So I'm glad you guys have taken the time to like my social media handles, meteorologist Carson Vickroy on Facebook, at KETKC Vickroy on Twitter. So if you haven't liked those for whatever reason, make sure you go and give me a like. But once again, I told you guys, most of you guys know me as just kind of a geeky meteorologist that is somewhat goofy and awkward on TV. That's great, that's fine and dandy, but what a lot of people don't know about me is I'm a runner. I love running. You've probably seen it on my social media accounts. I run almost every single day, assuming that the good Lord lets me, and I really enjoy it. So if you didn't know this about me, I am originally from the Dallas area. I actually grew up near the Dallas Fort Worth International Airport in the town of Coppell, Texas. Some of you guys might know where that is. I started competitive running with a youth club group, Lake City's Cross Country. We actually ran that in Flower Mound, and eventually I graduated that and went to Coppell High School, ran there for 4 years. And then I actually had the opportunity to get my meteorology degree while running cross country and track and field at the University of Kansas. So, I've been around this game and cross country racing, track and field racing for a pretty long time now. And, I wanted to move forward with it. So, over the last few years, I've still been running competitively. I love getting out in road races, trying to run as hard as I can. I'm not your normal recreational jogger, but I love being out in the running community. And this is what this blog is going to be mainly about. Getting out across the 903, the East Texas region, the deep East Texas region, and getting a few miles in and getting a few races in as well. So we'll be talking about the running community, my race performances, my race goals, just a little more about what this sport has done for me and what I hope it does for me in the future and what I hope it does for the community in the future as well. So let's dive into this. First off, I spent the last couple of years in Montana. We did a little bit of this in an old blog. It was called "Getting Lost Under the Big Sky" because it is big sky country out there, and I wanted to do something catchy, so we're going to do Running Free in the 903. We are upgrading it to a vlog this time, or a video vlog, so I hope you guys enjoy this. So far in 2019, I've run 4 road races. Not enough in my opinion, but I ran the Run to the Pub in Bozeman, Montana on St. Patrick's Day. I also ran Mother's Day 5K. I won both of those races. And then I also ran the Missoula Marathon in Missoula, of course, in June. And then I also ran the BMW Dallas Marathon, which was just about a week ago, and of course, at Dallas. And I wanted to talk a little more about the BMW Dallas Marathon because there's really a lot here to discuss. First off, I came in with the mindset that I wanted to go out and win that race. Obviously, it didn't happen. Otherwise, we'd be having a completely different kind of conversation. But again, before we get started in my race performance, I just want to say I want to thank the volunteers, all the law enforcement that was out there keeping us safe on the roadways because Dallas is hectic, and especially downtown and also in the White Rock Lake area as well. So thank you to all the volunteers, all the law enforcement officers, all the race officials and event organizers that volunteered to make this race a possibility. And people have been making this race a possibility over the last 49 years. And runners like myself really do appreciate that. The BMW Dallas Marathon, to me, it really, really means a lot because that's the race that kind of got me into running and everything. We did a family relay, I think, 10, 15 years ago. It's been a long time. And I remember running the last 6 miles of that race, running back into downtown. The experience there was just incredible. And I knew right then and there that, I really wanted to be involved with running and see where my potential in running would take me. And it's taken me quite a few places at this point. So I'm super excited about the 50th anniversary, which will be next year. I'm not sure which race I will be running in the 50th anniversary, but I will definitely be a part of it in some form or fashion. But let's talk about the marathon a little bit. In Missoula, I ran about 2 hours, 31 minutes, and I think 14 seconds or something like that. I got second. And in this one, I did not do as well, which is kind of strange since Missoula's at a little bit of altitude. This one was not. I ran about 2 hours and 40 minutes flat at this marathon. I've got 8th place, which, I mean, it's pretty solid for a big city marathon, but, anytime anybody is involved in athletics, they make an athletic achievement in a big race or a big game or something, they're always coming back for more, and that's my mindset as I look at the future of my running career. So I'll recap this race for you real quick. The first couple of miles, you really don't want to do much in the marathon. You really want to keep your mindset moving forward. Just get through the first few miles as relaxed as possible and really make people hurt at the end. Of course, everybody's going to hurt at the end of the marathon. So, first couple of miles, I was running in a group of guys that I believed were the marathon leaders, in which I was right. It was kind of hard to tell because the bibs were very similar in the way they looked. There was a big group of half marathoners that were well ahead of us. They were really getting after it, and they ended up running somewhere close to 70 minutes or 69 minutes or something like that. So I wanted to make sure that I wasn't caught up in that crowd. I was running with the marathoners as opposed to the half marathoners who were running at a pace that was a heck of a lot faster than what we were trying to run. Because if you know the BMW Dallas Marathon, first you start in downtown, you run to White Rock Lake, you run around White Rock Lake, and then come back. So it's a long race, and when you can barely see downtown, you know you have a long way to go. And here's the thing, you've already run a very long way. So I mean, this was an experience. I took the lead. I think it was around 10K or something. I was trying to clip off anywhere between about a 5:25 and a 5:35 clip because I wanted to run well in the 2:20s. I thought that's what it was going to take to win the race. So I led the race from about mile 6 to about mile 17, in which the eventual winner passed me, and I just had nothing left after that. So the pace was good through 17 or 18 miles, but things really started to hit the fan after that. There was a major hill at mile 20 and 21. My pace went back from 5:30s, eventually to 5:50s, eventually into the 6 minutes, and you know where this is going. I was barely running 8-minute miles by the end of the race. I mean, and here's the thing. If you've ever run a marathon, you've got to respect the distance. You've got to respect the 26.2. It can be a good day, and, I mean, you can just fly through the marathon. The marathon can be very forgiving at some points, but it can be very unforgiving at other points. And for me, it was very unforgiving this time around because, last time I was able to keep it below 6:30. This time I was unable to keep it below 7 minutes. But regardless, my strategy was to keep it at a fair pace. When eventually people started to slow down, I decided to clip off those miles, like I said, through 17 or 18, and then just hang on. If I got caught, which I did, I got caught. But regardless, it was all about strategy, and I got out-strategized for this race. There was a major hill, like I was saying, at miles 20 and 21 that really brought on the hurt. It really brought on the wall. If you've ever hit the wall running, it's not fun. I don't recommend it. But this is exactly what happened. My body was just unable to hold up through this race. So, I mean, right after the race, I mean, I had mixed feelings about it. First, I mean, it's just awesome that you had the opportunity to finish your first BMW Dallas Marathon. Second, I was disappointed because it was an eighth place finish. I wanted to win the race, so obviously you're going to be disappointed in that regard. But it really didn't take my drive and desire to really get out and run more, not only in North Texas, but here in East Texas as well. So I've been taking it very easy this week. I started running yesterday, had a few issues with cramps and that sort of thing, which is expected, especially if you're running for the first time in 5 or so days, and that's exactly what it was. I ate a couple bananas, took some potassium type stuff, and I was good as new by tomorrow evening. I was able to get 5 miles in up at Southside Park here, pretty close to where I live, and then I also ran 6 miles this morning. So for the rest of the year, it's going to be very light, but once we get into 2020, it's time to start cranking out those miles again. And training for me, it can be pretty strenuous. In college, I ran 80-mile weeks. In the last couple of years, I've taken it up a notch. I've run anywhere from 90 to 100-mile weeks. And a couple of weeks, even higher than that as well. My typical training plan, it includes running every single day of the week with a couple of workouts and a stride day when I'm on it. So that's what I'm expecting myself to do as we go into January. And this vlog, we're actually going to take you through some of the workouts I do if we can get a camera guy on a bike at some point, or I can just take the phone with me and we can do it that way. But we'll be doing that, and we'll be also sort of reviewing, highlighting races around East Texas. There's one I'm actually going to do in Tyler. This is the only race I will reveal as of right now. I will be competing in the Fresh 15K. Hoping to be the first local there to finish that race. I'm super excited about that. And if you guys have comments or anything like that regarding the Fresh 15K, if there's any hills in it, I really haven't checked out the profile yet. But I'm super excited. I've been to Fresh before. It is an amazing place to grocery shop and also, to grab a bite to eat after a run. They've got some healthy options and everything like that. So I'm very interested to see what kind of race they put on. Obviously, that's not the only race I'm going to be running here in 2019. I'll be competing in several races starting probably late in January or middle of January. A few in February, several I'm expecting to run in March, April, and May. And then as we go into the summer, we're going to take it back a notch. I'll still be running in the summertime, but it's not going to be as strenuous for obvious reasons. It gets hot here in East Texas. I remember that, even though I was in Montana for a couple of years, it does get hot, so we're going to take it back a notch, but then we're going to start cranking again in the fall. And that being said, that's kind of my summary of what this vlog is all about. That's what happened in the BMW Dallas Marathon. I will actually post you my Strava account. If you haven't followed that, just look me up on Strava. It's Carson Vickroy. You can see how I train, how fast I train, what workouts I do, and that sort of thing. I try and be as thorough as I can on that account. So you can follow me, Carson Vickroy, on Strava as well. That's kind of the runner's version of social media. I'm excited to get that really cranking as well. Got a few new followers from East Texas and also Northeast Texas from this BMW Dallas Marathon. So that's kind of what the vlog is all about. Looking forward to getting out in the running community. And once again, if you guys have any suggestions on what you guys want to see from the vlog or anything like that, please comment on my page, Meteorologist Carson Vickroy. Go ahead and comment on the vlog. Make sure you share the vlog as well. We'll also be doing, obviously, weather-related posts, weather-related Facebook Lives, weather-related stories on my 2 social media accounts. But this is just something extracurricular I'm doing, and once again, I'm super excited about it, and I hope you guys follow me on this journey as we go into a whole entire new decade. Thank you guys for watching.